I'm sure most of you have been on a roller coaster at some point in your life, and typically what a roller coaster does is it starts off with this huge hill upwards, and that's the best part. The anticipation builds, you're gonna reach the top and be able to see miles upon miles, but then the downfall happens. But that downfall is critical, so it has enough momentum to push through the ride. Well, Silver basically did that this week. We see this huge hill upwards, then we are at the peak, but today the downfall happens and it looks like there's no end in sight. But what happened? All the information coming out the past week looks like silver should still be going up with no end in sight. Silver prices rally following more hot inflation data. Silver price analysis. Silver rallies for the sixth successive session amid more demand for inflation protection. Silver prices rally amid hot inflation data and Ukraine uncertainty. Silver prices remain strong above $25.50 an ounce. Do you know what inflation really is? Then hold some gold and silver. Silver gains ground as gold moves above the $1,975 level. Well, I think a lot of this has to do with two things. One, overbought territory. When silver just goes up, it needs to come down a little bit, and people are going to take some profits off the top. They see it, this opportunity, hey, silver's up $1 within a week. I'm going to take some profits because I know that it is an overbought territory, and I know it's more than likely going to drop pretty dramatically right now, and it did. This article right here explains it the best. So silver prices rallied for the sixth consecutive day as the lingering Russia-Ukraine conflict and hot inflation data generated safe haven demand appeal. And oil prices continued to move higher due to the stalling Russia-Ukraine peace talks and increased supply of oil reserves by EIA. Member nations will not replace supply losses from Russia. A slight easing of China's lockdown protocols due to the surge in this virus increased demand for underpin higher oil prices. And yes, there is a direct correlation between oil and silver prices. I've covered that a lot. Economists' expectations were for a 0.5% increase. Prices for final demand goods led with the 2.3% monthly rise. Let's look at some of these because there is this situation where there's so much speculation and so much new data coming out on a not even just like a weekly basis, but a daily basis, that people just don't know what to do. Should I be buying? Should I be selling? Is it going to drop another dollar? Is it going to rise another dollar? My opinion is just buy it and hold it. When you see a dip like this, like look at this dip. If you see that today silver has dropped dramatically, then why not buy a little bit in? I mean, even the bullionmax.com/silverslayer deal, we're talking about lowering your dollar per ounce average. Buy the dips, sell the tops, right? And that's what a lot of people did, is they sold that top. But whether you buy at $25.30 or $25.70 in the grand scheme of things isn't going to make much of a difference in my opinion. Yes, it can add up, but a lot of times when we're talking about triple, quadruple digit silver, that's not really going to matter, especially when you incorporate premiums or how you're going to be or where you're going to be or when you're going to be selling your silver. Never was really one of those coupon people. I would never was really one of those people that's going to drive 15 extra miles to get 5 cents off my gas because I just spent that much getting there and then having to drive back anyways. Some people are, do you? But for me, I never was. But let me know, is that something, you pay attention to the prices, and if it is down 40-50 cents, you're gonna take advantage of that? Let me know. So there is another article that's talking kind of about gold, and yes, today, in today's day and age, looking at gold's price is still very important. Gold has broken above the $1,975 level. Actually, I want to see what it is right now. $1,983. So yes, gold is still rallying. And if it breaks above that $2,000 mark again, I think we're going to see a nice little push in gold again. I mean, remember, $2,000 gold, once it broke past that, was the highest price it's ever been throughout the history, throughout the 5,000 years. That's literally the highest price we've ever seen gold. Kind of like if silver broke past $50. Now, there's not as much resistance as silver since it didn't break past $50 in 1980 or 2011. So if it does break past $2,000, it's not going to be as explosive. but I still think it's going to get enough attention and there's going to be enough eyes on it where the price will rise. But that can, in return, be bullish for silver, since silver is gold's little brother. So here's some of the key insights. Silver continues to gain ground while gold is trying to get closer to the $2,000 level. The gold to silver ratio declined to the 77-to-1 level. A move above the resistance at $25.60 will push towards the next resistance at $25.80. Now it looks like today that resistance of $25.80 was met, and we're going back down towards $25. Very interesting stuff. And this article was written on April 13th, so 2 days ago, but still it was looking like things weren't going to stop anytime soon. Silver's currently trying to settle above that resistance level. The US dollar index is testing the 100.5 level. And in case the US dollar index manages to settle above this level, it'll move towards the next resistance at 100.85, which may put pressure on silver and gold prices today. But interestingly enough, if you look at the chart, silver dropped dramatically, but today gold has risen dramatically. So is silver starting to detach from gold? That validates my thought even more. You can also use that for the downside. What I mean by that is I always say silver prices are detaching from gold, and that could be good for silver, but that could also be bad for silver if gold starts to rally, right? We always talk about silver detaching from gold, meaning that silver could be explosive and go off in this new industrial sector with all the demand needed and the shortage. It could also be for the opposite side, where gold could take off and silver might not follow suit because the prices are detached. So anyways, we're looking at the gold to silver ratio settled below 77.5, is testing around 77 level. In case this is successful, we will head towards the next support at 76.5, which will be bullish for silver. Remember, the gold to silver ratio, the lower it goes means silver is outperforming gold. The higher it goes means that gold is outperforming silver. When we saw it as high as 125-to-1 in March of 2020, that meant that that was the cheapest silver's ever been compared to gold. We were talking about $11 silver then. So obviously, gold was a much, much more expensive or more valuable or more even, I guess you could call it, overpriced metal. If you're going to invest into something, wouldn't you want to invest into the thing that's undervalued, underpriced, rather than overpriced? But for some reason, most people were buying the overpriced, overvalued thing. When it's overvalued, that means it's going to be a lot harder for it to keep going up because it's already over the value of it, so it's more than likely going to go back down to a more natural level. Undervalued, $11 silver, that means more than likely it's going to go up a lot because right now it's underpriced. So it's funny how if you think about it logically, realistically, it makes sense. But in this situation, $11 silver, nobody wants to touch because like, oh, it's down there. Why would I invest into something it's so deep in the red? I should invest in the gold. Look at gold price. It's green through the roof. But it's actually the worst time to buy it. But anyways, I'm gonna wrap this video up here. Like I said, oh, by the way, I'm doing my giveaway tomorrow. I'm announcing the 2 winners of my 54,000 subscriber silver giveaway. So this is literally your last day to enter. So make sure you go join. May the luckiest stackers win. Click subscribe, click the bell. You do not want to miss it. Trust me. So make sure you go enter. The link is in the description. Thanks for tuning in. This is Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.